So here's a picture on the screen. David, can you put the first picture up, please? What have we got there? We've got some umbrellas, yeah? Now, what I want you to notice is just each of these umbrellas is creating a sort of a little area of shelter, yeah? So, top right, there's that nice circle that the people are huddled under out of the rain, okay? Bottom right, amazing, it makes the sky look blue even, you know, so a bit of poetic license there, isn't it? There we go. And the other two, you just see the rain crashing down and going off the sides, and it's nice and dry underneath. Now let me read some Bible verses about the gospel of Jesus being like a shelter, okay? So just leave it on screen, David, if you will, and I'll read some Bible verses about the gospel being like a shelter. Psalm 27, verse 5. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. Just like the people in that circle on the screen there. Conceal me under the cover of his tent. He'll hide me. Here's another one, Psalm 18, verse 30. God is a shield for all those who take refuge in him. Okay? So people take refuge in God. They hide under his shield, and he shelters them. Psalm 2, verse 12. Kiss the Son, that's the Son of God, Jesus, lest he be angry and you perish in the way, for his wrath is quickly kindled. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. So blessed is everyone who takes refuge in the Son of God. And here's another one, similar to the last one, Nahum chapter 1, verses 6 to 7. Who can stand before God's indignation? Who can endure the heat of his anger? For his wrath is poured out like fire, and the rocks are broken into pieces by him. Verse 7, the Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in him. So what is it that we need to be sheltered from? What is it that we need to take refuge from in the gospel? And you can answer if you like, but Nahum made it clear, didn't it? And Psalm 2 as well. It's God's anger, isn't it? God's poured out anger. It's not rain. God's poured out anger. So that's what Jesus died on the cross for. Jesus died on the cross to shelter us from the just anger of God that our sin deserves, so that we don't get what we deserve. Now just have a look at picture number 2 then. This is trying to illustrate that. Okay? So do you see there, if you like, the storms of God's judgment are raining down. But there's a patch of dry, isn't there? There's a patch of safety. And where's that? It's under the cross. The cross is like a shelter. And I've sort of made the cross look like an umbrella, and I've got a J looking like an umbrella handle. That's Jesus. Jesus on the cross is a shelter for us. So you see the storm of God's judgment raining down. Think of Nahum, God's anger poured out. But see the shelter under the cross. And that's because God's actually raining down his judgment on Jesus. Do you see that? Jesus is the one who's taking all of that on the cross. Now, where would you rather be? Have a look at the next picture. Would you rather be where this little red person is? Or would you rather be where this little green person is? Okay. I quite often, when it's raining really hard and I've got to take the dog out or something, I quite often think about this. And I see people running and trying to hide and get out of the rain. You know, they're quick to get in their cars, or they put their hoods over them, or their umbrellas, or their coats over their heads, or something like that, and they dart into a doorway. They're all trying to do what the green person did, trying to take shelter. So think, where would you rather be? Where the red person was, or where the green person is? Hebrews chapter 6 verse 18 talks about fleeing to Jesus for refuge. That's what the green person did. They fled to Jesus for refuge. They came and put their trust in Jesus. The red person just carried on life without doing that. And that's what happens when they die. They go and stand before God, and there's no shelter at all from God's just anger. So have a think where you'd rather be, okay? Is it where the red person was, where the green person was? Think also, where are you standing right now? Okay? Are you standing where the green person's standing, which is someone who's fled to Jesus Christ for refuge because they know that they're a sinner and they know God's justice is going to catch up with them one day and rain down forever on them? Or would you rather be, are you standing where the red person is who's just carried on with life and not done anything? So think, where would you rather be? And also think, where are you standing right now? And if you worked out that you're currently standing where the red person is and you want to stand where the green person is, then the gospel invitation is to come and shelter under Jesus. Jesus is still saying to people, come. That great message of come and be saved is still going out across the world. Jesus is still welcoming sinners to take refuge in him.